The House of Representatives has held a national public hearing on the proposed amendment to the 1999 Constitution. Issues discussed include state police, power devolution, special legislative seats for women, and electoral and judicial reforms, among others. President Bola Tinubu says that the process provides another opportunity to strengthen the country's institutions, deepen federalism, guarantee fundamental rights, and promote justice, equity, and accountability. Deputy Speaker of the House, Honorable Benjamin Carlo, also chairs a special ad hoc committee on the Constitution review. He says the hearings are the most extensive in Nigeria's democratic history.
Since our inauguration, we have embarked on the most comprehensive, most consultative review process in Nigeria's democratic history. We have held retreats with legal scholars and technical consultants. We have convened dialogues with the judiciary, security agencies, and national women groups. We have engaged with our vibrant civil society and held public hearings all through the 6 geopolitical zones of our great nation. Before us today is a compendium of 87 proposed amendment bills, each a response to the felt needs and expressed desires of the Nigerian people. They are organized around the central pillars of a modern, functional, and just society.
All right, I'm joined now by Akin, who is a member of the Patriot and Secretary of the Steering Committee of the Eminent Elders Forum. Glad to have you join me on Arise Prime Time.
Thank you very much.
Well, the House has made its presentation, bills to consolidate citizens' contributions ahead of legislative voting on the Constitution review. 87 bills broken down, like you said there, into federal, judicial, legislative, fiscal, and LG reforms, inclusive governance, security and policing, devolution of powers, strengthening institutions, citizenship and indigenship, states and local government creation. You were there today. You even wrote a letter to the committee. What was your impression of what transpired there today and the content of your letter?
The hearing today is not inspiring at all. Half of the crowd was rented, women with placards to promote for this women inclusion. Serious-minded people who have ideas to present didn't have the chance to say anything. Okay? They want to amend the Constitution in 87 places with 74 bills in the next maybe 3 to 6 months. Do we have the executive capacity in the 36 states to digest 74 bills and then make sense out of it? Do we? We don't. In effect, they're going to the president is that they want to create many more amendments to justify the money voted for this exercise. In fact, they are still calling for more areas to tinker with. So the more areas, the Constitution is already 320 clauses. 320 clauses already, what you already have. So how many pages will Nigerian Constitution be eventually? All omnibus, centralized, everything. The whole play was just a jamboree today. We just sat down all through listening to the whole system. Well, it's not fit for purpose at all.
Well, you talked about alleging. I don't know how you got that word alleging. Who said you alleged that they hired crowd?
Well, women are too many.
Because they were talking about their own bill.
I asked people, have you read this document before? Nobody has read the document, even when we came to discuss. Not one person. Not one person has read it. They don't know why they were there. Absolutely.
We'll break these things down, but let me take you up on what the Patriots said. They are calling on the president to convene a constituent assembly where every Nigerian will negotiate a constitution that reflects their will and their existence. What are they trying to say?
Compare what we have today. It's just a marketplace of all kinds of people who don't know why they were there. Constituent Assembly, you will have a mandate one by one what you are coming to do in the Assembly, focused on the issues of Constitution. And then you have leadership that have set agenda direction. In this one, we have no leadership. House of Reps is made up of junior people. What of the Senate is supposed to have high capacity to administer issue? They are on the sideline. So this is not a serious thing. A Constituent Assembly is a serious, we all know what happened in the United States in 1776 now. People who are very thoughtful about how Nigeria should be structured and managed and governed, not just a Transcorp Hilton jamboree the way it was. And nothing will come out of it because they are going to get many more areas to amend. In fact, the distinguished Alaafin Oyo came again personally to demand for an extra state, more than the 47 they already articulated. So it's a shopping list of things to do. It was not designed for problem solving of Nigeria at all.
That's what you think, and that's what you're saying.
Personal opinion, but
to you, that's what it looks like.
Can we really manage 74 bills properly digested, discussed in the next 1 year before the election?
Before we look at some of the bills, which sound quite interesting, I must say, they say you can't throw away the baby with the bathwater.
Oh, yeah.
The Patriots want lawmakers to amend Section 8 and 9 of the 1999 Constitution to include a referendum/plebiscite clause where the people can demand a change of the Constitution at any time. What's it about Section 8 and 9?
Well, whatever it is, the bottom line is that what we have now is not fit for purpose since 1999. Let's have, when you patched some garment now in 87 places, why not sit down and write an elegant prose of what you want, the vision you have for Nigeria, that even secondary school children can read and say this is how Nigeria will be. But this is all you are thinking is just for senior advocate of Nigerian lawyers to be introducing clauses Supreme Court. Now they are recommending 45 new justices of the Supreme Court. 45. US has only 9 or maybe 12. When you have 45 Supreme Court justices, over 100 Court of Appeal justices, it's just confusion.
Unwieldy. That's what you're saying.
When Patriot says, let's have a serious, but maybe two persons per state who have been briefed on what the people in that area want, and then they come to a convention and say, this is what we want. And the federal constitution is separate from regional constitution. And then the document is produced, and then enactment. This one now, they're going to take it to 30 states. The governors are in control. Nothing can pass the states unless the governor tells the House of Assembly members, oh yeah, vote here, vote here, vote here, vote here. They cannot vote their mind at all. So it's a misdirected course, unfortunately.
So what you're saying is that Nigeria needs what you call a reset.
Absolutely.
In constitutional review process.
Absolutely. This way,
restoring constitutional democracy, reclaiming federalism, and entrenching consent of constituent units. You want to explain that?
Overall, we knew what was working between 54 up to 1960, 65. It worked. And that is that you have separation between federal and the regions. Regions have autonomy to do many things. And they have rights to determine their socio-political views and even cultural, even the mode of judicial system. In the north, we have penal code. In the south, so we are not just one country. Trying to make us one omnibus, united in Transcorp Hilton. It's never going to work. We do this one 20 times. We continue doing it like that.
When you say we're not one country, I know
we are one country, one nation. We are not one nation.
Yeah, I know that I'm in Nigeria.
No, I correct myself. One nation. We are not one nation. We are not one nation. We are multiples of nations. Absolutely.
I don't know. under one country, right?
But we need to be differentiated. It's nothing that I like amala, you like tuwo. Is that a problem?
No,
But
not a
eat
problem.
your area, then I eat amala in my area. That's what I want. If you are my guest, if you want to eat amala, just know you are eating amala with me. But it's not yours.
Now, for example, now you brought up an issue, one of what this tries to correct. I will come to what the chairman said and what you're saying. But one of the things this wants to correct is what you call indigeneship. Indigeneship. I mean, America is America today because of the potpourri of people that...
No, America is conquered. America was conquered. The indigenous were conquered. And they were overpowered. Is an Ijebu man conquered in Nigeria? Is Hausa man conquered? Is Igbo man conquered? Even Yoruba land alone, Egba is not conquered by Ijeshas. Ijebu did not conquer the Ibadans.
So you're saying indigeneship can't work. Is that what you're saying? I mean, if I live in Hausa, for example, or Igbo, for example, for 10 years, I can vote, I can contest election.
Don't go far, my brother. I'm a Isha person. Does this law make me an Ijebu because I live in Ijebu for 10 years? Have I become an Ijebu of Ijebu? Just within Yoruba land, not even the whole country. Have I become an Ijebu person? Living in Ijebu for 10 years, I will renounce my Ijesha.
No, they're not saying renounce.
No. Once you have indigenship, you cancel all this. That's the extent to go. It's pendulum to swing to the extreme. Don't go there at all. Don't go there. I will not claim to be an Ijebu person ever. No matter how long I've stayed in Ijebu land, I will not. It will not be acceptable. It's like oil and water. They will not mix.
No, but that's your thinking.
And that's reality. In Europe, Finnish, Finland, Dutch, Germans, everybody is on his own. Iceland.
But there are countries. These are different countries.
Nations, not countries. They're just countries and nation states at the same time. Only Switzerland is many, French, German, whatever, and they have confederal arrangement in Switzerland.
Now, see, the chairman of the committee that we just listened to a while ago, he said, that's a House Speaker, he says, the 1999 Constitution is a document that belongs to the people and must reflect the citizens' hopes and aspirations. But you say reliance on 1999 Constitution is not it. Your call is for a legislative action to amend the 1963 Republican Constitution in order to restore true constitutional democracy in Nigeria.
It's not even an amendment. It is to lift the suspension on the Constitution. The Constitution is still suspended.
The 1963.
Yeah, leave the suspension, and then we now know that we have 6 geopolitical zones. We fast forward to now that we have, the National Assembly has already enacted 6 geopolitical zones. They already recognize that we have 6 zones. So bring 1963 framework up, produce federal constitution, produce 6 regional constitutions, and then dissolve powers, education, health, roads, everything. Let region do the way it wants. Let control their resources.
So are you saying we should go, no, because control of resources is one of the things that they are amending, so that states can have their resources with the federal government.
It's not holistic. You know why I just think clean. They don't want to go the whole log. Look, we need to go the whole log. Let's stop this talking about. Look.
Okay, are you saying then that Nigeria should, because that's what it looks like, revert back to regional system of government?
Absolutely.
Are we not going back?
We have gone back. There are 6 geopolitical zones now. It's already enacted. They form commissions, everything. Go the whole hog. We've fought one national anthem, 1960 also. Is it not true?
We have seen
so there's nothing wrong with going back to what was working. The military brain from 1966, we have to roll back. We don't roll it back and do course correction based on the fact that we are regionalized. NASA has agreed that we are regionalized now. We are 6 regions. They call it geopolitical zones. What does that mean? It's the same thing. There might now be people who don't want to be in the 6 zones. Okay, you allow them to have maybe 1 or 2 or more regions. In India, they have 28 states, but they have federal area that don't want to belong to a particular region. So, given now we are comfortable with 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria, we have moved forward beyond 1966 on that basis.
63 or 66?
66.
66. Okay.
66. We have moved Now we have 6 geopolitical zones, and even all their bills is still based on geopolitical zones. They want to appoint local justices on 6 zones. Everything is federal character.
So why are you then really quarreling with, for example, you have local government autonomy here. You talk about state police, creating a state police alongside federal police, establishing the Federal and State Police Service Commission. You talk about local government autonomy.
Most of these things are not constitutional at all. If you are look, constitution is just a limited framework of governance. You don't specify eating amala, eating the way you do in the constitution. You don't do that.
I would think that, for example, they are tinkering with the idea of doing all elections in one day. That's interesting.
Why must you have election one day? For federal election, yes. But region can decide to, they might even have two-year term instead of 4-year term. But when you have to come to federal Abuja, you follow the federal dictate. But in your region, you might say you want 2 years to make sure that you rotate among all the people in your own area. Why not? In Yoruba land, there are 27 sub-nations there. Egba, Ijebu, Ijesha, Ibade, Ekiti, all like that. So if we have a constitution for Western, you might have to say 2 years so they can go around. But if you are coming to Abuja for 4 years, no problem. But for the zone, we will do what suits us. But this blanket, unified way will never work in this country. It will never work. We must admit reality that we are just different. Hausa person is different. The Fulani is different. Yoruba is different. We are human beings. Okay, we need food, shelter, everything.
And we are Nigerians.
But the Yorubas want to work hard and play hard. Do actually be. That's what Yorubas want. And the Igbos want to trade and make money. What's wrong with that?
No, but they're not saying anything is wrong with it.
And so let everybody have the room to express. In America, you have American Indian, everything. You're allowed to express yourself.
Yeah, but this will not cause you not to express yourself.
No, in Nigeria system, if you don't do federal character and everything, you won't be. Everything is based on federal power, federal money. Look at what's happening in River State. It's federal power. We don't want federal power. Let each John do his own. In the UN, the states are suing the government severally to stop Trump from interfering.
Because you have federalism there.
From interfering. You cannot interfere in the states in the US. You don't get away with it. The judges are up to the task. But
even though Trump is trying to turn things around.
But we lose in the midterm election.
Yeah, and of course some judges are saying anyway.
They have their system. But here we need to have that system too, where with this omnibus, everybody come to Transcorp Hilton. And then FAC allocation money is missing. NAPC is eating money. Nobody knows where it is. That's wrong. In the 60s, Western region was borrowing money to federal government. It's just a fact. It's a fact. We need to go back to what is working. The centralized system will not work. I'm not a prophet of doom. But this one they are doing now.
No, but they're not. They're also talking about devolution of powers.
No, they're not. The 60 item, the constitution, they didn't talk about it. 60 item in the exclusive list.
I just mentioned it to you now.
No, they brought some
inclusive governance, security and policing, devolution of powers.
What's the element? It's not there. 68 item in the exclusive list. Do they now have 12 federal and the rest is residual? Why are they talking? Look, they created. So laughable. They are creating ecclesiastical courts. Who is going to be the chairman of that court now? An apostle or a bishop? There's a new bill to create ecclesiastical courts. Why are you shopping for problem when there is none? Do Christians want Christian court? They don't want it, but this is there.
Now, you don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. This may be some things that may not be agreeable in the long run.
Then the wrong direction. They're just inventing small things to justify the fact that they are on alteration cause. We don't want alteration. We want to.
The spokesperson of the House says what they are doing demonstrates the House's commitment to inclusive and participatory governance, ensuring that Nigerians have a direct platform to shape.
Where many Nigerians will say that my good friend Clement Wako should be retired is the apostle of alteration for 1999. He's taking it to be a professional duty to be pushing for alteration.
Who?
Clement Wako is the chairman of public something, whatever. It's always there. there are professional authors of constitution now in the system. You must retire all of them. Let them go and sit down. Let's have one constitution once and for all, and let's face development. This 4-year cycle of alteration, they will change the name of local government in the next cycle. They will change the name of capital of the states. The alteration modality is wrong.
Okay, the modality.
Let's just have
altering
Constitutional Assembly to produce once and for all constitution with referendum, federal, regional. That's all. If you want to amend in your own region, you amend. You don't need to worry about the federal system. The federal the constitution is to specify the relation between the second tier and the first tier. Very simple. 30 pages. 30 pages federal constitution. The region can do their own. But this one where we have 200 pages or one document fits all.
I know that the Patriots were supposed to meet the National Assembly.
No, well,
have they met the National Assembly?
They have not logistic because the time President Buhari died, it dislocated everything. It was set, everybody was in Abuja from the venue meeting to go to the president and go. But to get people back again is not very easy.
They've been to the president.
They've not. They've not. Since that July event, they've not. They've not. To my knowledge, they have not. If they have come to Abuja, will have known. The president has been overseas, will not be around. So the system has been in abeyance, and we need to still bring it up. The Patriots have the most elegant system. Let's do Constitutional Assembly once and for all, not tinkered with referendum, yes or no.
What would that involve from the Patriots? I mean, Constitutional Assembly, what would that really involve? And how will it be different from, I know this is about alterations, but how will it be strictly different from what?
It's for the executive to produce a bill and say, look, start the process. What was missing in the Jonathan system was there's no law to back what Jonathan did, so everybody was so dismayed. If President were to draft a bill now, follow what Patriots have said, and the bill is passed, specifying that there's a process for producing a Constitutional Assembly, not to be interfered with, process set up, everything, a technical committee to supervise that, and then that is done. Within 3 to 6 months, it will be done. And the organic point of it is that the whole country will now vote once to say, eminent elders in the Constitutional Assembly have produced a clean draft of both federal and regional constitutions. Do you agree with it? Vote yes or no. Once you have 55% or 60% yes, no, it's affirmed that the country have decided. And then we go forward.
Where would that leave the National Assembly?
Well, they are appropriating our sovereignty, but we donate it to them. But they now seized it, and we are now their slaves. The new bill will cure that problem. That they will serve their term. The next election will be based on the new framework. We are not going to drive them away, but they will contest under a new constitution that have different provisions. Parliamentary system, we don't want this presidential system. One camera legislature. Okay,
so the Patriots are also crying out. Well, that's one of the issues that they're raising here.
No, they're not raising it. They're not raising parliamentary system.
They're raising it.
It's not silent. It's many little things are just there. But the real issue is parliamentary system, unicameral legislature.
So you want us to go back to parliamentary system? I mean, the Patriots?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why would that cut it for Nigeria and not,
if I'm prime minister now, I'm one among equals, I cannot bring my friends and make them minister, PASA. No. All my ministers must come from the parliament. We are all elected together. You understand? So now president can appoint 48 ministers from anywhere.
That's the current system.
That's the current system. But parliament system, you are in parliament. The prime minister is in parliament every week. He's a bona fide member. Now you have to summon him. They put the bill there. Now you have to summon the president to come and talk to him. If you don't summon him, he will not come.
You're talking about what we have in the UK.
And what you have in the UK, the prime minister, who is the head of government, is in parliament every week. Any question coming about military affairs, about better edu, about anything, you ask him point blank, televised.
What differences will that make to the one we have now?
Accountability, implicit that you can be questioned. But this presidential system, CFR, FSR, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, everything, you just put yourself in the villa and you don't come out. You travel, you don't hand over to anybody.
Do you think that the president is going to, because he said it should emanate from the executive?
Yeah, it's better.
Do you think that the president will want to put together that kind of a bill and send it to the House?
We have the draft already. We have the draft already. It's nothing. It's not. We have that. It's just for him to agree that I want to be a statesman, and I want to really change the course of Nigeria for the better. And all we have been doing in 1999, we are just pretentious that we are united, we are strong, that we are rich. We are no longer rich, we are poor. We are indebted. All the food that we are selling now is to pay for the loan that have been taken. So we don't even have money for again. We are borrowing money. Isn't it? So we are pretending that we are rich, where we are poor. We are pretending that we are united, where we are not united. Katsina is already allegiance to some boundaries. They are not even Nigerian again. Land of Nigeria. So many things are wrong. But this thing I'm saying now, President will lower the temperature of the country. Because we have been doing the same thing over and over for 25 years.
And it doesn't seem to be working.
It doesn't seem to be working.
Okay. And for you, resurrect, so to say, the 63 Constitution, that's what you're saying.
No, it's just a template. No, it's
a template, then you work from there.
And then we now know we have 6 geopolitical zones. We won't call it region. We just say geopolitical zones, 6 zones. And let each zone be codified into their own laws in which they want to govern themselves. And then have reciprocal rights across regions. Right. Have control of your resources, respect one another. Indigeneship is a red herring.
We'll leave it there.
Big problems.
We'll leave it there.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I think I still have some time. Yeah. All right. I'm told we have to end now. That
45 justices of Supreme Court. 45 justices of
that
Supreme
may
Court.
be unwieldy. Akin Fapohunda,
No, the 100.
member of the Patriot and secretary of the steering committee of the Eminent Elders Forum. Thank you for being on the program.
Thank you very much, viewers. Thank you very much.